Hello everyone. You are invited to the 4th Annual Gathering Wisdom for a Shared Journey Forum happening from May 24th through 26th at the Sheraton Hotel in Richmond, BC. This year's forum represents an important coming together of First Nations leadership and health directors to consider the future direction for First Nations health. Since 2008, at more than 90 regional and sub-regional caucus meetings, BC First Nations have brought forward their vision for the future of First Nations health. The advice gathered through these caucus meetings, along with the feedback you provided through health partnership workbooks, has been carefully reviewed. And based on this important feedback, 5 regional summary documents have been created. These documents express the principles, values, and region-specific advice you have given to us with respect to First Nations health governance. The 5 regional summary papers are in the process of being confirmed by First Nations in the regions. Once complete, the regional summary papers will be combined into one overarching provincial consensus paper. It is this provincial consensus paper that will be brought forward for approval through resolution at the Gathering Wisdom Forum. Approval of the consensus document will occur through the process that our leadership is familiar with, the same process practiced at the Union of BC Indian Chiefs, First Nations Summit, and BC Assembly of First Nations. At this year's Gathering Wisdom Forum, First Nations chiefs and designates in attendance will consider and debate a resolution adopting the consensus paper. This will, in part, establish the future direction for our collective efforts in health over the coming years.
The conference in May is a time when we ask our leaders and all those that are interested to come together. It's a historic event. We've come united with strong relationships, and we're laying the ground for our people.
It's important for chiefs, health directors, health leads to join us in Richmond in late May, because we have an important decision to make about the future of how our health will be managed.
They need to be involved. We've been engaging them for the past 3 years, and we're all coming together now, and no one should be left out.
So at Gathering of Wisdom, we're going to be presenting the outcomes of all of the work that we've done to date. There's been a lot of effort in our regions. Each of our regions is developing a regional perspective on how they see themselves and how they're going to be working with each other and moving forward, and their relationships with communities within their region, as well as with the health authorities within their region. But the broader document is the consensus document that we need our leadership to come together, take a look at, and provide a motion to say, yes, we agree with this approach, we agree with this moving forward, and we're going to provide a resolution of support at this Gathering of Wisdom to show that.
The agreement is really important because it is one of its kind in Canada. It will provide for the establishment of a First Nations health authority so that the health authority could be charged with the responsibility of developing plans for closing the health gaps of First Nations people that currently exist today.
As it stands now, the health services doesn't dress like traditional medicines. The health services really looks at focusing on what they see the health services are best for our people.
The old model of colonialism, and one of the experiences that Aboriginal people have hated so much, is when others make decisions for them.
For years, we've been depending on a system that just hasn't been working for us. And now we have an opportunity for change to allow ourselves to be a part of that.
What does this mean? Well, it means that we're going to create the policies in terms of better health for our people.
So each region is going to develop its way of going forward, answering the question about how they're going to work together, how they will take their decisions, how they will engage their regional health authority, and how they're going to make services better.
In each of our 5 regions, we all have different culture, we all have different traditions, but we also share a similar plight with respect to our health status. And I think that the more that the health directors can sit in on these regional caucus sessions, the stronger we will be to voice our opinions on our health status for our community members.
As one of the small communities in British Columbia, my voice would not be heard at the provincial and federal level if I did not sit and join the rest of the 203 communities in British Columbia.
I think it's incumbent upon all of our leadership and health directors to become part of this process, to make history, to embark on a new era whereby the health status of First Nations will be improved within the 10-year time frame.
We're making really important decisions at this period in time and place that are going to impact generations to come.
Exactly.
This is going to impact your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. It's going to really make a difference, and you need to be there to make that difference.
We believe in carrying our own weight. We don't want to be like children. At some point you become a man or a woman and you take charge of your family or your affairs, your future, your destiny. And we will do that with this. We'll take back some of the power that was historically taken away from us, and we will become more Aboriginal. We will be closer to our own values by doing that.
It's never too late to get involved in improving the health for First Nations people in British Columbia. So Gathering of Wisdom is an opportunity to do that, and if leadership hasn't had the opportunity to participate in any of the activities that we've done to date, we will be having a caucus session the day before. We'll be providing all the information that folks need to be able to fully engage in that Gathering of Wisdom forum.
We are the first in Canada and British Columbia to come together to sit down with the two governments to make changes to our health services.
We have agreed that health is important, that the health of our people is important, and that there's an agreement that it can be done in a much better way. So Canada, British Columbia, and First Nations have said we're going to do a better job with healthcare.
There are so many opportunities for us that could change for future generations by simply having control over the health system and how we deliver health and how we respond to health needs. It's going to be focused based on our needs and how we develop our priorities and how our communities need to receive services. It's no longer going to be some system that's been imposed on us, but rather something we've developed for ourselves. And that in itself is going to lead to healthier communities.
This Gathering Wisdom will provide an opportunity for leaders in our communities and leaders in the healthcare profession to assist us in developing a more comprehensive health plan designed to improve the healthcare of our people.
It's a big opportunity. We all work hard hoping to do the best for our children. And to see an opportunity like this to come forward and being able to do this for our children and working hard to make a difference so that our children and their children will have a better future with their health and their wellness.
This is for my grandchildren, my kwakut, my great-grandchildren, my tahaksi.
This is about our collective future.
It's time to move forward together.
Engagement has been happening for 3 years with over 90 meetings across British Columbia.
So we need your voice.
Where will you be May 24th to 26th?
Will you be making history?
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 There will be cultural components to this year's Gathering Wisdom Forum, both at the banquet and the forum itself. We encourage First Nations and regions to please bring your drums and regalia and come prepared to celebrate and honor our unique cultures and our health and well-being. The First Nations Health Society will cover travel and accommodation expenses for one chief or chief's designate and one health director or designate per community. Online registration for the forum is now open. Please visit www.fnhc.ca. For those of you who will be unable to attend, this forum will also be webcast. Tune in to www.fnhc.ca to take in all the action. Where will you be May 24th through 26th? Will you be making history?